What would you say if I told you that a stranger lives inside each of us? A stranger who uses your body, acts under our name, and leaves us to explain what it has done. And strangely enough, we feel compelled to identify that stranger as ourselves, even though we hardly know it. A few days ago, I was discussing with my son the advantages and disadvantages of having a cell phone. He had just become a teenager and we're considering giving him one. One of the disadvantages is universal enough. People often pick up a phone for something useful and then lose an hour. They develop habits they never consciously intended, waste time, lose attention, and sometimes consume things that are not merely useless but harmful. I told him this could happen to him too. He became defensive. And I realized that the problem was hidden inside the word you. When I said, you may get carried away, he identified that you with the person he consciously believes himself to be. Perhaps what he heard was, you are irresponsible, you cannot control yourself, you are the kind of person who will misuse the phone. But I was not necessarily talking about the boy sitting in front of me, the boy who could understand my argument, consider the consequences, and sincerely decide to use the phone responsibly. I was also talking about boredom, curiosity, instant gratification, social pressure, habit, desire, all the forces within him that might later overpower the decision he was making at that moment. So, who exactly was the you I was warning? We usually think of ourselves as one individual with one mind. I know who I am, I know what I believe, I know what I want, I make a decision and then I act. But that is not quite how human beings work. The part that says I is mostly the conscious part of the mind. The part that can speak, reason, remember, explain, promise, and construct a story about itself. It says, I'm disciplined, I'm honest, I would never do that. But our behavior is also shaped by habits, emotional responses, learned associations, impulses, fears, bodily states, social conditioning, and motivations we may not fully understand. Freud called some of these the preconscious and unconscious. Contemporary psychology may speak of automatic processes, implicit motivation, non-conscious cognition, habitual behavior, or failures of executive control. The terminology may vary. The experience is familiar. I decide not to do something and then I do it. I know something is harmful, but I still reach for it. I sincerely believe in one thing, then I behave as though I believe another. Afterward, I ask, why did I do that? That was not like me. I knew better. This is the stranger within the self, not another personality, not a tiny person hiding somewhere inside us. It is the collection of forces that belong to our mind but are not fully known, controlled, or endorsed by the conscious self. The stranger acts through me, but does it represent me? That is where identity becomes complicated. When someone criticizes an action, we often feel that they are criticizing our whole person. I did something irresponsible, therefore I am irresponsible. I acted selfishly, therefore I am selfish. If admitting the action means damaging the whole identity, the natural response is to defend, minimize, explain, or redirect blame. Sometimes we protect behavior we do not even approve of because we cannot separate I did this from this is who I am. But perhaps an action can belong to me without fully representing me. Perhaps I can say, this came from within me. I remain answerable for it, but it does not express what I consciously wish to stand for. That is not necessarily an excuse. It may be the beginning of honesty. Now comes an important complication. Suppose the stranger within me harms someone else. The injured person cannot simply be told that was not the real me. Society cannot investigate every hidden impulse before deciding how to respond. The judicial system cannot divide one offender into intention, desire, habit, fear, anger, and bodily impulse, then assign a separate percentage of blame to each. For practical purposes, it must treat the individual as a whole. The action came through the body, this mind, this history, this legal person. So responsibility is assigned to that person. This does not necessarily mean society believes the crime expresses the person's entire identity. It means someone must be answerable, others must be protected, harm may need to be repaired, future harm may need to be prevented. The person and perhaps others may be discouraged from repeating the act. You could compare this to electing a representative. A member of parliament, Congress, or a village council is not identical with me. That person may take decisions I disagree with, perhaps decisions I could not have predicted. Yet, to some degree, they act in my name. Their decisions become connected to me through a practical political arrangement. In a similar way, the stranger within is not identical with the conscious self, yet it acts through the person and under the person's name. Society therefore treats the individual as the representative of the entire internal system. That may be necessary from the outside. From the inside, however, the person may need to do the opposite. Distinguish the conscious self from the stranger within. Not to escape responsibility, but to understand what happened. To be able to say, yes, this came through me. Yes, I must face the consequences. But no, I do not have to defend it as the complete expression of who I am. That distinction may make change possible. If every wrongdoing becomes my whole identity, I may protect myself by denying it. But if I can recognize that an unknown or uncontrolled part of me produced it, I can investigate what triggered it, understand the habit or fear behind it, build safeguards, and try to change. Of course, the conscious self and the stranger are not completely separate. Childhood, culture, family, fear, shame, desire, and experience all help form the person I consciously believe to be myself. At the same time, conscious effort can reshape automatic behavior, repeated decisions can become habits, reflection can expose hidden motives, discipline can gradually transform responses. So the boundary is not fixed. The stranger can become familiar, and parts of the self we once knew can become strange. Perhaps identity, then, is not simply what I intend, nor is it simply what I do. It may lie in the relationship I create between the two. What do I do when something within me acts against my values? Do I defend it? Do I deny it? Or do I recognize it, accept the consequences, and try to change the part of me that produced it? The word I may be carrying far more unity than the human mind actually possesses. When I say I did it, I may mean that my body performed the action. Some part of me wanted it, I consciously chose it, I failed to prevent it, I approved it of then, or I reject it now. The action may have expressed my values, or it may have revealed something within me that I did not know. We use the same pronoun for all of this. Perhaps that is the mistake. Maybe there is no single, perfectly unified person standing behind every action. Maybe several forces have been signing the name I. And perhaps self-knowledge begins when we stop defending all of them as ourselves and finally turn around to meet the stranger who has been using our signature.